The most ambitious crossover event in history, contrary to popular belief, came out a year ago. Move over, Thanos. I'm talking about Puyo Puyo Tetris. Okay, well, technically it came out way earlier in 2014, but its initial release on the Switch is what made me realize it existed. I mean, a crossover between popular in Japan Puyo Puyo and popular in America Tetris, all in one puzzling bundle on my Nintendo Switch? This was a day one sale for me. Okay, well, maybe a February 2018 sale nearly a year after release, but let's just pretend it was a day one sale for me. The game features a crossover between the two distinct puzzle games Puyo Puyo and Tetris. You can play Puyo Puyo, Tetris, or a fusion mode that will confuse even the most die-hard fans of either Puyo Puyo or Tetris. Aside from that, the game has several different game modes which can be played in single-player, local multiplayer, or online multiplayer. These include a classic versus mode where you can play either Puyo Puyo or Tetris and fight against other players. A fusion mode where you can both pop Puyo Puyos and clear Tetraminos while simultaneously writing the first 100 digits of pi and reciting the alphabet backwards, all while trying not to have a brain aneurysm. A swap mode where you will switch between playing Puyo Puyo and Tetris every once in a while, which I find to be the best nerf against anyone who excels at either Puyo Puyo or Tetris because they are too busy focusing on one while failing at the other. A party mode, which is essentially Puyo Puyo or Tetris, but with power-ups like Mario Kart, including their very own variation of the blue shell. Damn you, no rotating power-up. And finally, Big Bang mode, where you get a number of preset Tetris and Puyo maps where you try to get the best combos in order to send your opponent into the cold vacuum of space. Now I know what you are thinking. Faceless, how is this the most ambitious crossover ever? It's just two dumb puzzle games combined. Well, that's because we haven't even gotten into the story mode yet. The story follows Ringo, Arl, and Amity, three girls who live in the Puyo world, along with T, S, and O, citizens of the Tetris world. Their worlds collide and tons of shenanigans happen, including fighting a fish man, fighting a dragon girl, and throwing your controller at the TV after attempting to beat Ecolo for the 13th time. Each stage includes 3 different levels of challenge, the easiest usually just being to clear the stage, and the hardest being to clear the stage with a certain score or time limit. These are a great way to learn the basics of each game mode, as the story mode goes through all of them. It's also a great way to learn how to play a version of the game that you aren't initially comfortable with. I got the game to have some fun playing casual Tetris, but after beating the story mode, I prefer to play Puyo, finding the combos in Puyo easier to achieve than in Tetris. The story mode will help you learn the basics, but the lesson mode will help you achieve mastery. Lessons include beginner, advanced, and expert for Puyo, Tetris, and Fusion, and goddamn are some of these challenging to pull off. I won't lie, half the time I just put random blocks or Puyos down wherever and hope for the best. But if you want to be a real elite, check out the lesson modes. There are also a total of 24 characters to choose from. You can be an annoying anime waifu, a dude who clearly doesn't give a shit, a furry, Satan, or the 3 best characters in the game. So you should really only choose one of these 3 because all the others are trash. As you can see, there are plenty of options for you to choose from. Like any game though, Puyo Puyo Tetris is most definitely flawed. The story really isn't anything substantial, and I kept finding myself skipping cutscenes because I was just not all that impressed with it. Which is unfortunate because unless you plan to play online with elite players, the only real way of enjoying your time is if you have a couple of friends to come over and play. And let's be real here, this is a puzzle game. You have an infinite number of possibilities to explore, but that doesn't necessarily mean the game will last long for you. Personally, I had a blast and I would play for hours on end, but even I know it gets repetitive to keep doing the same thing over and over again. But if what you're wanting is a good puzzle game, this is what you're getting with Puyo Puyo Tetris. The game has a surprising amount of depth that makes it more than worth the price, especially considering that I got mine on sale, and it's available on multiple platforms as well. Though I always thought the Switch was the better way to play considering it's a puzzle game and it feels better to play the game on the go. Ah well, preferences will be preferences, I suppose. Either way, I highly recommend checking this game out if you're interested in puzzle games. Oh, and also there's a mod that lets you put in Dr. Robotnik so you can pretend you're playing Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That alone should give this game a perfect score. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe or check out other videos if you like my content. If you like the video, show it some love by pressing that like button. If you think that I can improve, be sure to leave a comment below on how I could go about doing that. Thanks. I'll see ya.